Today, I'm going to take you along on a journey to explore the world's largest museum of decorative arts and design, a location that boasts more than 2.3 million objects spanning over 5,000 years of human creativity and collected from all throughout the globe. Attracting over 3.3 million visitors a year, the museum is international, hosting and exchanging touring exhibitions and holding a wealth of resources for research and observation. This is the Victoria and Albert Museum, located in South Kensington in London and founded in 1852. Let's take a walk through the streets of South Kensington to explore one of the museum's 145 galleries, the Medieval and Renaissance Gallery, located on the first floor of the museum. As soon as we walk into the museum, the gallery invites us in, projecting light into the main entrance. It's a very grand, spacious room, filled with works, yet it doesn't seem cluttered or disorganized because it's extremely symmetrical. The light and high ceiling make it appear very formal, yet it feels comfortable because of the warm light that shines throughout it. The light comes from the interesting barrel vaulted ceiling that consists entirely of windows. Some of the windows feature a series of horizontal planks that make it look as though the windows had curtains with blinds. It's not your typical architecture for a museum gallery that holds older objects. These are usually decorated in an older fashion that fits the time period being shown. However, this ceiling is strangely able to pair the modern with a much older ceiling style. The ceiling is also strange because it makes us feel as if we are in a church, since the room echoes in the way old churches do, seemingly placing us in the time periods displayed, as both were very connected to religion. The strange and unique design of the gallery doesn't stop here. It continues all throughout the room, especially with the way that color is displayed. The walls of the gallery are painted uniformly in white, just like the ceiling. However, the gallery seems to be split into two parts. The front half, in which all of the works are of white, cream, or light gray color, and the back half, in which many of the pieces are of black, brown, or darker shades. The division begins with two intricately designed arches of black stone that are placed symmetrically on each side of the room. The placement of these arches makes us feel like they are almost gateways from the light into the darkness. This color setup, along with the particular objects on display in each section, give us a feeling that the room is almost like transitioning from life to death. Many of the sculptural pieces in the brighter part of the gallery depict individuals as living, breathing beings, while many of the works displayed in the darker half of the gallery are works incorporated into coffins. The color setup, matching the theme of life versus death and light versus darkness, are highlighted by the fact that the area of the gallery that includes darker pieces contains more works from the medieval era, an era often associated with negative aspects of life, such as death, torture, and the plague, while the brighter part of the gallery contains more pieces from the Renaissance, or the era of Europe's rebirth. This setup makes the bright area of the gallery feel not just like a depiction of life, but of a rebirth. This color play allows us to engage with the gallery in a very unique way, as walking through the room from front to back literally makes us walk backwards in time. The gallery also allows us to engage with it because of its descriptive and easy-to-read placards. When people walk into the museum, there's about a 50-50 chance that they will actually know what exactly the exhibit is showing offhand or what the pieces mean. This is because some people visit museums like this one to see famous pieces from artistic movements that they already know about in person, while many others go because they don't know about the pieces and want to learn. One of the greatest things a museum provides is education, after all, besides providing a place for people of all kinds to see pieces and being a place that preserves these pieces. The great thing about this exhibit is that it doesn't matter if you're there to learn or revel in excitement over your favorite artistic pieces, because the placards next to each piece will tell you what it's all about. The placards are especially important when looking at some of the main pieces in the room, such as the piece 399 Days by Rachel Kneebone. This piece stands in the middle of the room and catches our attention as soon as we walk in. It blends in well with the other pieces, but, turns out, it was made in 2014. The placard gives us this information and allows us to differentiate the piece and notice how it, like the ceiling, also puts modern in conversation with the old. The gallery as a whole is unique, able to make us not only see history, but feel it and experience it as well. It makes us gain an incredibly deeper understanding of the times of the pieces, allowing us to put ourselves into the mindsets of the people who lived through the medieval era and the Renaissance. There's something that sets this gallery apart from many others of its kind. It's inviting, religious, historical, and calming. It has an ability to help us appreciate the gallery, not only as 21st century viewers, but as individuals with roots in the past.